Whatever you
so
like.
we'll start
Well,
with that.
anyway, so I'm going to read it off there. I just say, hi, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm supposed to comment on what it's like to be Conan's friend. Well, how the fuck would I know? I just walked into this studio and they put a piece of paper underneath me here and they say, go and read this off and comment on what it is like to be Conan's friend. I don't know. I hope it's going to be a fantastic friendship. There's a give and take. That's what I hope. But I mean, right now, I just saw him for 2 minutes and we've been kibitzing for a little bit here. But of course, it's not the first time we've seen each other. I mean, we have seen each other many times before. I've done his show before. I always had a good time.
Yeah.
And he was in charge of promoting all my movies.
Yes.
That's why they went through the roof. So I hope that now I came out with a book called Be Useful, and I hope it does the same with the book. Sell, sell, sell. That's one of the chapters in the book.
I read the book.
Sell, sell, sell.
I read the book.
You're already much more successful.
I don't even think I need
because
to be
of the
here.
book.
No, this could be Goldblum's
We
record.
should let Arnold just keep going because this is fantastic. This is absolutely
Did
fantastic.
I talk too much already?
No, you didn't
this
talk
is
too much at all.
fantastic.
No,
For the next 50 minutes, I'm not going to say anything.
Nobody wants to hear me. They want to hear you.
No, I want to hear you. You were so funny. I listened to you when you Dana Carvey and this guy's on for the Hans and Franz shtick. You were reading, and you were reading out. You actually invited me, but they had the environmental conference, so I couldn't make it. But that was so funny. I was laughing. There's no comedy movie, to be honest with you, that I have laughed that much than just listening to you.
With the Hans and Franz movie.
And
Kevin Nealon.
Exactly.
And Robert Smigel,
And exactly. What was the other guy's name?
Robert Smigel.
Robert Smigel.
Yeah.
Smigel?
Smigel.
Ja. Immer.
This is making my life
Exactly.
right now. We wrote a movie a long time ago. I'm just going to tell the viewers. We wrote a Hans and Franz movie, and it was, and we wrote you as half the movie, even though we hadn't even pitched it to you yet. And it's the most ridiculous movie in the world, and it's a musical. And one of my favorite things is we depicted your house as being two flexed buttocks that open. That you
it
walk
was
through.
hilarious.
It was so much fun.
Because I remember there was one scene in there that I still remember from the script where one of my cousins says, I have to go to the bathroom. And he says, so where do I go? And I say, you go right down to the deltoid. And the deltoid, you turn left. And then you will see a huge calf all split in half. You walk through the calf, and then with the 6-pack. I said, if you see an 8-pack, that's not the one. The 6-pack, you go through that door.
We have to make this movie now.
We have to make
this movie.
And that 6-pack, this is where you walk in, and that's where you go to the bathroom. But this is not a girly man bathroom, okay? So I mean, it was all of this stuff.
It was so silly. And I remembered yesterday I was talking to Robert, and I talked to Dana a lot, and I was telling them, I remembered we wrote a scene where someone passes, and you're very sad, and you're one of the pallbearers, and with all of your friends, and then you get to the grave, and you all start doing lifts with the coffin. It's just like, we put all this foolishness in there. It was so much fun.
But it was fantastic. It was so well written, and I hope they do it.
Yeah.
I really hope they do it because you still can do it. You still can do it.
I will
you
say
have it now. I mean,
I have it. Yes, I have it.
You bought. I mean, they paid you almost $1 billion for this podcast.
$2 billion. $2 billion.
$2 billion.
$2 billion.
Yeah,
it was all Bitcoin.
Are you married?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Then I understand twice as much.
My wife said no. It needs to be 2.
What have?
I have to say, I'm gonna. There's so much to talk about, but from the first time I worked at Saturday Night Live when you came there and you did a Hans and Franz sketch, and I always was a fan of your movie work. You are so fucking funny. You are hilarious. You are so naturally funny. You can see it in Pumping Iron. You can see it throughout your whole career. Always very funny, really funny. And you came on my show when we were out here in Los Angeles, the late night show, and you prepared. And that's a big part of your book is preparation. But you kept calling our segment producer and saying, I can do better, more before you came on the show. You had so many great jokes. You prepared more than any comedian I think I've ever worked with. You were absolutely fantastic. And then my favorite thing is we wheeled out a real photograph of me in boxer shorts, just boxer shorts that we took before the show. And it was life size. And you tore me apart verbally, my body. You went after my body. And the crowd was laughing so hard, they started stamping their feet. And the fire marshals were worried that they would do structural damage. Yeah. It was
I remember that. As a matter of fact, one of the things I remember was that your producer or showrunner, whatever they call it on those late night shows, told me not to throw up. Thank
you, Frank Smiley.
I said, when they rolled out the picture, I said, wouldn't it be great if I just throw up? I said, because I will find something on his body that would be throw upable, so.
and
so,
you did.
And then he said, he said that would be too gross because it's a late show. We want to entertain people. We don't want to gross them out. Plus, right after you, there is a food commercial, and we don't want people to throw up.
So your big achievement in show business, among many, is looking at my almost naked body and not throwing up. Is that what you're saying?
That is discipline. And I talk about this in Be Useful. That is discipline. I mean, I was doing everything that I could, trying to kind of look at, your deltoids, trying not to look below the belt, and all of this kind of thing. So I was doing everything to try to stay as serious as possible and not to throw up.
Wow.
But
congratulations.
But the bottom line is, you have a good body.
Oh.
You look lean.
Yeah, thank you.
And I think that's the most important thing to stay healthy and to stay alive for a long time is to be lean.
Tell me
so you're in the right track.
Tell me if I'm wrong, Arnold. But when you first came into the room, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, I looked right in your eyes, and you looked right in my eyes, and you sized me up, and we haven't seen each other in a little while, and I saw in your eyes fear. Is that correct?
Okay.
Of throwing up.
No. I saw fear. I saw physical intimidation.
I did not know that you detected that.
I saw it.
I mean, I was trying to cover up. I was trying to cover up the fear and the intimidation and how little I felt compared to you, career-wise, intelligence-wise, body-wise, definition-wise, size-wise, six-pack-wise, everything. I mean, I said to myself, maybe I can hide my inferiority complex.
Yeah.
But you obviously saw it.
I saw it.
You saw it.
And not that, I smelled it. It's a pheromone. You can smell when fear is released into the air. I could smell it. And
absolutely.
I could smell. It's sort of a sausage smell.
Oh yeah.
That's what I could.
Yeah. So to me, it's more like a Wiener Schnitzel smell.